Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Chargers. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They start on the ground here. And oh, right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Here's the option play now to the left. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took with the defense. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And some room to work. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Perfect execution on that inside handoff, and then a little will, a little brute strength to move forward after the contact.
What do we call that now in today's NFL? Heck, in today's football? Contact balance, right? That's the buzzword, the phrase you hear. A back who can absorb contact, bounce off of it, and keep moving. Just what you said, brute strength, force of will.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Hurts. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is third and short. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for L.A.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up 1st downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
It's one play at a time, baby.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And that last drive, It was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Herbert. Flushed out right.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll find Everett there, complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Caught by Allen. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Herbert. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Michelle will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 10-7.
Oh, let's turn it up. Let's go, fellas. Let's do it. Get something together. They gotta walk that walk.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Hurts.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
Down the sideline he goes.
And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive.
Throwing is Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there.
Sanders will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Leave it all out here. Leave it all out here. That's right, baby. Play it to the whistle. Let's do this, man. Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun. Don't give him enough. Don't give him enough.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Herbert now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Let's rock and roll.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The possession switching back now to the Chargers. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
Oh, I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
On 2nd and 10,
Herbert. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now back to throw. Again, that's Watkins. And it's out. He put it on the carpet and picked up by the Chargers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, Hurts.
And this is caught by Watkins.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
They'll look to throw again. He's got it. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
His throw caught right around the 6. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On second and goal, Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Now it's Herbert. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st and 10, Herbert.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. A give to Michel running right. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On first down, it's Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. Two guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Herbert operating from the red zone.
This is swung out to Eckler.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Josh Palmer.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Let's ride, dog. It's all like popcorn. Let's play. Let's play now, baby. Let's play. Let's be smart. Let's turn it up. They can't stop us.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At about the 32. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He'll get that one to Carter complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel.
He'll take this to the 46.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Why are we doing this?
Here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
He finds his target, Allen. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On the give, this is Eckler. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown.
Josh Palmer
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Chargers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
And out now come the Eagles.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 17. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Palmer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 12-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Sanders.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
2nd down at 7. On the option, it'll be Hurts.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. More from L.A. in a moment.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. It'll go as a gain of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Hurts.
Sanders has it over the middle.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Kyle Van Noy able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing on second and long. Hurts. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. And they're going to try to eat some clock with Michel. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, here's Eckler, and he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That's taken it around the 40. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles now down 24-17. 1:07 remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses will focus so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, and when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll look to throw.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.